What it is, what it do. I'm A1, this is Destiny. And in today's video, I'm going to show y'all some social space glitches and secrets. And I'm going to show all of the glitches and secrets that I know of in regards to the tower, the reef, and the lighthouse. But first, we're going to start off with the tower. And the first glitch that I'm going to show is how you get on top of the vault in the tower. Now, you will need another person in order to do this glitch, because you can't stand on top of the fan and activate it at the same time, so you will need somebody to activate the fan while you're standing on top of it. Anyways, once you get somebody activating the fan, you want to spam the jump button while they're activating the fan. And it may take you a couple tries in order to get the timing down, but once you've done it correctly, and you'll know you've done it correctly when your arms go up in the air and you start hovering in the air instead of falling back down. But yeah, once your arms go up in the air, that means you've done the glitch correctly, and all you have to do at this point is to just hold up on the left thumbstick. Because holding up on the left thumbstick will end up propelling you forward, and eventually you'll end up falling back down. But when you fall down, you'll be on top of the vault. And once you've made it to the first vault, you can then jump to the top of the other two vaults if you want to. But yeah, that's how you get on top of the vault at the tower. Now, the next glitch that we're going to do isn't necessarily a glitch. I guess we can consider it a secret for the most part. Even though I'm sure most of you probably already know about it, we're just going to consider this one a secret. But in order to do this one, you're going to have to jump on the tree and keep jumping until you get to the part where I'm at. And then once you get to that part of the tree, you want to crouch and walk to the end of the branch the same way that I do. And once you get to the end of that branch, you want to go ahead and stand back up and then jump as far as you can. And if you're able to jump far enough, you'll be able to make it on top of this little orange roof thingy. And I'm not sure if it helps or not, but if you're having trouble making it onto the orange roof, then try to increase your agility. It may help, it may not. And another thing that you want to keep in mind is that you can't stand on any area that's on the orange roof, because if you stand in certain spots on the orange roof, it'll end up telling you to turn back. And if you don't turn back within 5 seconds, it'll end up killing you. So you can't stand anywhere you want to once you're on the orange roof. So keep that in mind if you end up doing this little glitch, because if you stand in the wrong area for too long, you will end up dying. Now, this next glitch is really easy, and there's a bunch of different places where you can do this glitch. And basically what this glitch does, it makes you look like you're hovering in midair, and it puts your arms up in the air as well. And basically, in order to do this glitch, you're going to have to find an area where there is no ground, but you can't fall to the ground. So if there's like a little space in between the wall and a box, like in this example, you just walk to that little area in between the wall and the box, and it'll make you hover in midair. Now, I've gone over this next little secret in another video, but I did want to quickly mention it here because it is related to social spaces. So if you didn't know already, there is a jukebox in the tower, and it's located down in the bar area. And the last glitch that I'm going to show in regards to the tower is how you can get outside of the map. And in order to do this glitch, you're going to have to go to the shipwright. And once you get to the shipwright, you're going to want to make the same 2 or 3 jumps that I make. And once you get on top of the fence, you should be able to walk over without any trouble. Now, once you're outside of the map, you're not going to be able to walk just anywhere you want to. You have to basically walk along the wall once you're outside of the map, because it's not going to allow you to walk anywhere else. And in order to navigate along the wall, you're going to have to run and slide, because there's some invisible barriers there as well. And in order to get back to the main area, you're going to either have to go to orbit or you're going to have to kill yourself. And there's a couple different places where you can kill yourself, and all you have to do is just go to the area where it tells you to turn back, and it gives you a 5-second countdown. And in order to kill yourself, you don't want to turn back. You want to stay right there for the full 5 seconds, and it'll end up killing you and taking you back to the main area. Now that we have the tower out of the way, we're going to go ahead and do some glitches and secrets at the reef. The first one being where you can hover just like at the tower. Like I mentioned earlier, all you have to do is find an area where you can't fall all the way down, but you're not standing on anything either. And if you found the right spot, you'll end up putting your hands in the air, waving them like you just don't care, and hovering as well. So you are able to do this glitch at the reef as well as the tower. Now, this next one really isn't a glitch, so I guess we could just call it a secret for the most part. So for those of you who don't already know, you do have the ability to turn this light on and off, but in order to do it, you have to be standing in a specific area. So come to this area where I'm at right now, and you'll see the option that says turn off and turn on. And this is in relation to the light that's right next to the postmaster at the reef. Now this next glitch that I'm about to show is a really fun glitch. I like to call it the happening glitch. And the reason I like to call it the happening is because if you do this glitch successfully and then you have a couple friends try to do the glitch, all you'll see is a bunch of dead bodies falling from the sky, just like in the movie called The Happening. Anyways, in order to do this glitch, you're going to want to run to the area where I do and then jump over the rail and try to get as close to the wall as you can. And you also want to try to not to hit anything on your way down. So jump over the rail, stay close to the wall, and try not to hit anything. And if you do it correctly, you should be able to fall all the way down below the reef without dying. Now once you make it down to the bottom, you want to stay as close to the wall as you can, because if you walk away from the wall, you will end up dying. So once you make it down to the bottom, stay close to the wall. There's not really a whole lot of places you can go. All you can do really is just run back and forth along the wall. And again, if you're doing it with some friends, chances are they're not going to be able to do it on the first try, and you can get a lot of good laughs watching their dead bodies fall to the ground. Now this next glitch really isn't a social space glitch, but it happened in a social space, so I'm just going to go ahead and show it now. And that glitch is what I like to call the crazy, wacky, inflatable cloak flailing glitch. Or whatever, I don't know what it's called. It's basically where the hunter's cloak goes crazy and just starts flying all over the screen. Like I mentioned earlier, it can happen just about anywhere, but for whatever reason it happened here in the Reef. And I don't really know how to do this glitch, it just sort of happens sometimes. I know that it happens often when it comes to the Prison of Elders hunter cloak. For whatever reason, the hunter cloak has a mind of its own sometimes, and it just goes crazy and it ends up glitching out and flying all over the place, which is what happened here. And as you can tell, for whatever reason, whenever the hunter cloak glitches out, it makes random people want to teabag you. I mean, look at that. We don't know these people. Why are they teabagging them? For no reason. It's because of the hunter cloak glitch. That's why. And the last glitch that I'm going to go over in regards to the Reef is another glitch that helps you get outside of the map. Now this glitch is by far the hardest glitch to do out of all the glitches that I'm going to show in this video. And you will need another person in order to do this glitch. And the way that you do it is you want to have one person stand where I am and have the other person stand where my friend is. And you want to time the jump to where you can jump off of your teammate's head and land in this area where I do. Now once you get to this point, you're going to have to make a couple jumps in order to get outside of the map. And the reason I think this is one of the hardest glitches is because it's really easy to fall off when you're trying to complete these jumps. And once you get to the end, you want to go ahead and jump off and jump onto this little pipe right here and then walk all the way to the end of the pipe. And once you get to the end of the pipe, all you want to do is just fall off, and you should fall directly onto another pipe that's below. Now there's a couple different other places you can get to while using this glitch, but this is the only one that I'm going to show because like I mentioned earlier, it's sort of a pain in the ass trying to do this glitch because there's a good chance that you might fall off if you don't do the jumps correctly. So now that we have all of the Reef glitches and secrets out of the way, there is one more secret that I want to show in regards to the Lighthouse. Obviously, in order to get to the Lighthouse, you're going to have to go flawless while playing Trials of Osiris. But once you've gone flawless and once you've gotten to the Lighthouse, you want to make a quick left and drop down to the area where I do. And once you drop down to that lower area, you can either walk straight or go back. If you walk straight, you'll end up running into a dead end. So once you drop down, you want to turn around and head the other way, because that's how you're going to get to the secret location. Now there's not really a whole lot down here to do. I noticed that there's a couple books down there if you're into reading. I also noticed that there's what looks like some chopsticks or incense. I don't know what they are. You know what, on second thought, they kind of look like pixie sticks. So if you look on the table, you'll see a bowl full of pixie sticks candy as well as the books. And there's also a bed in the background just in case, you know, you feel like getting freaky with your fire team members. Just keep in mind that there's probably been a lot of guardians down here, so the sheets probably aren't that clean. Also notice that there's some dead Vex bodies, so that leads me to believe that there was some sort of Vex offender down here, and once he got doing what he needed to do with the Vex, he just killed them and left their bodies. There's also some big circular structure down there that you can walk around, but other than that, there's really not a whole lot going on down here. But again, I'm pretty sure not everybody knows about it, and it's also related to social spaces, so that's why I wanted to include it in this social space video. Anyways, that's pretty much all the glitches and secrets that I know of when it comes to all three social spaces. If there's any that I didn't mention, be sure to let everybody know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to do what you do. I'm A1. Thanks for watching.